Hey there, everybody. Welcome to another review by 520fishing.net. My name's Moose. I'm going to be shooting your video again today. So today, round 2 of Mystery Tackle Box Pro. This is for October 2015. I'm ready to see what's inside. I don't even want to wait. I don't want to talk about it much more other than show you guys what's inside. So, just cut it open. I have no idea. I mean, literally, I was running late today. Got down to my mailbox, and there it was. So, alright, let's see here. Nice set of owner 4-aught. Little worm wide gap. Says Z-Lock shoulder bend, super needle point, black chrome finish. So Owner's always been a good hook. I've always liked Owner. I've used Owner, I don't know, a long time. I mean, I can tell you 15 years ago I was using Owner. So here we are back to Owner. Great pack of hooks. Thank you Mystery Tackle Box for that one. Oh, here's another good one. Here's a River to Sea Rover. It is I actually have one of these, not this color, but I actually already have one of these. Let's take this thing out. This is one of my, well, let me just explain. Normally I'm a Zara spook guy. I've been a spook guy for as long as I can remember. But something about these big Rovers, I work them real slow. Thanks to Freeman. For those of you that follow 520fishing.net, Freeman's my partner in crime, and he likes to work these baits real slow. I like to work them. I used to like to work them real quick. Snap, 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 snap. Get that bait walking through the water. But I'm going to tell you what, we have found a great use for taking a look at that bait. The other thing it's got is it's got that, what do they call that? Is it weight forward bearing or weight forward system? But basically what happens is with that ball bearing in the back, you guys can probably hear it. It actually, when you throw it, it shifts, and that way the bait goes through the air straight like a torpedo instead of, you know how you get that crazy throw and you're like, what the heck just happened? You get a little backlash or overrun, and but yeah, these big baits, especially with these feathers, man, I cannot stress enough to you guys, when you're throwing topwater baits, I don't care what anybody tells you. I hear people say all the time, man, specific colors don't matter, man, feathers don't matter. I call bullshit, because I'm gonna tell you what, I have literally been throwing a spook in the morning, and I replace all my rear trebles with a red tail feathered treble, including a red treble. Honest to God, check my tackle box, man. Anybody knows me will tell you that. Been catching fish, throwing at seawalls, where I'm landing that bait right next to a seawall and walking it right off the seawall. Killing smallmouth, eventually throwing it at those seawalls, it's gonna crack or break, and I mean that's why you replace them, right? And they'll start sinking. I mean, you won't even be able to walk them. They'll be like trying to walk through the water. And bite's been so hot that I'll just untie, throw one on because I wasn't prepared, didn't switch out and put the feathers on the back. Guy in the front of the boat still throwing feathers, and I get nothing, maybe one. Not kidding, no joke. Definitely something. It's not a joke. But anyway, these baits, for some reason, the way they sit, and with that feather, just a couple of jerks, and then just let it sit. Let it sit. Let it sit. And I'm telling you, it's explosive. It's dynamite where I fish here up in Michigan. I mean, I guess everybody, not everybody's in Michigan. I get it. But here in Michigan, this time of year, Man, nighttime, dude, it's dynamite. Dynamite. River to Sea, Rover, Scott Martin bait. This guy's on fire with these baits, but I would highly, highly recommend checking these guys out. Even if you don't get Mr. Tackle Box. These Rovers are great baits. Alright, moving right along. I have never in all my life. This is kind of cool. This is a live action hybrid jig. Directions. Hold the hook in the upright position. Place the eye of the hook with a slight 45-degree over the start of the wire wrap and firmly slide the hook downward counterclockwise along wire until the hook is properly seated. Okay, so this is what we're looking at here. I have not seen one of these before. Honest. Never seen it. So I'm going to open it up. We're going to take a look for the first time together here. Surprised I haven't seen these. That's kind of actually pretty cool. So what it is you got this. I would almost say I would use this as a swim jig hook. So you got this. I mean, that's a heavy weight. It's a 3/4 ounce 3/0. And then it says 3/0 lesser than 5/0. I don't know what the hell they're trying to say. But the cool thing about this is you flip this puppy over and it's like a swim bait hook. That's really cool. So it's got your little wire feed there. Can you guys see that? Hopefully you guys can. And then your hook. So you can string your minnow around there. Or whatever, your craw, whatever. And then big old swim bait head. I mean, that thing is a monster. Let me see if I can hold it up like that. That thing is massive. 3/4 ounce. It's kind of like a swim jig. Well, it is a swim jig head. That's why I said I'd almost use it as a swim bait. And then this is the other one that came. If you can see the inside of that, let's see if I can get a little bit closer there. You see the inside of that? I'm trying to get that the best I can for you guys. And then apparently what you do is you take your hook, you put it in there, and then you twist it around. That's kind of interesting. There you go. Well, I think I put it on backwards, but nonetheless, that's the general idea. That's a really interesting design. For all you fellers out there that on the last video made a comment about my big chaw, I didn't let you down. I brought another one with me today. So, see if we can get this thing back up in there. Ah, the heck with it. You guys want to see what else is going on. I'm going to just kind of throw this together. Set that down. Alright. Let's see here. Optimum Baits. The original. Baby line through. So it's a line through swim bait. That came in the pack. Let's go ahead and open her up. Show you guys what we're working with here. Big old swim bait. And for those of you guys that follow my my other videos, you know that I've got the Mac Daddy swim bait rod. I bought the Daiwa big swim bait rod. So there's that big chunker of a swim bait. It is lined through. Does come with your treble hook, which is obviously a good idea. That thing is slimy. I like it. Kind of looking forward to throwing that, to be honest with you. I got some big old pike out here that are dying for it. Da 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 da! Love these things. DT14. I don't think I need to explain that one to everybody, but I will take it out of the packaging just to show you guys what it comes with. Now, you know, I get asked a lot. Well, I don't get asked a lot, but I do get asked. You think the Mystery Tackle Box Pro is really worth the extra money? Yup. Look at that big old honking swim bait. Or I mean, swim bait. What the hell am I talking about? Crankbait. I got a nice old crankbait rod for that too. I did pick up the Skeet Reese 7'11" medium heavy cranking rod, and let me tell you, I used to fish a crank rod in graphite, and I used to see all these guys out there with fiberglass rods, and I go, well, you know, why get one rod that's just dedicated, or a couple rods that are dedicated to that? I can honestly say I never really liked the glass because I really felt like it just was so flimsy, man. When I go to set the hook, I never felt like it was enough. But the treble hooks that come on these lures, you don't want anymore. This thing, these hooks are incredibly sharp. I mean, just touching my skin with it, look at it. Oh well, I mean, literally just kind of bumping my skin with it. I mean, I can feel it wants to sink in. But DT14, 14-foot diver. Best part about these baits, and I wish more baits would do this. It always kind of used to bother me, right? Because you get your bait, and most of the time I try to take a little Sharpie and I'd write on the bottom, you know, dives 4 to 6 feet, you know, 8 to 12 feet, you know, whatever it was. But sometimes I forget, or I'll just be in a hurry, or I'll have them in the packaging in the boat, and then I'll use them thinking to myself, put it back in the package. But one thing I really like about Rapala is that it's printed right on the lip. I know you guys can't see that, but it actually says dives to 14 feet. So even if you forget to mark him, it's already on the lip. So that's a great thing. My hat's off to Rapala for just doing what everybody should be doing, honestly, and you know, making it easier for us fishermen to kind of see what's going on. All right. Biospawn. These are the 4-inch Vile Craws in Oxblood. I have to admit, I was a little skeptical about Biospawn for a while, and not because, you know, I thought they were a gimmick, but just because, man, there's so many plastics out there, right? Everybody's talking plastics. You know, everybody talks about this and that, and you know, I mean, dude, I got so many plastics laying around. You know, I got Z-Man stuff laying around. I mean, empty, but, you know, it's like everybody talks about it. But I will say that in last months, I believe, we had the plasma tips. And, dude, they were phenomenal. They did really well for me. So these are the Vile Hogs. And to me, that's got a nice little tail action. Obviously, just like all of them, you have to kind of pop them apart. But those little flappers on there, that's a good chunk. As a matter of fact, I think that, well, not really with that color, but I'm going to be throwing these in the spring. I can promise you that. I'm not going to really throw them this fall. I kind of get away from flipping, and I really kind of get away from big plastics in the fall. And I know some people are like, oh, you should be doing that year round. Yeah, I know. But I like to throw other stuff in the fall. Stuff like that. But anyway, back to the whole cost effectiveness. So the Rover, $13.64. That's about right. That's about what I pay normally. The DT14, $8. The Baby Line Through, $7. It's about right. The Stealth Freedom, $8.50. It's about right too. Biospawn Vile Craws, $6.30. It's about right. And a pack of Owner hooks is about $4.50 a pack. That's about right too. So, you know, you take all that into consideration. Is it worth it? Yeah. Obviously, we got the Dibble book and Lucky Tackle Box sticker and the Match the Hatch. Let's scratch this off real quick, see if we're winners. Oh, that ain't gonna work. And you think pliers are only good for taking fish off your hooks? Let's see here. 2 worms, a fish. Ah, I didn't win. What would have been my prize? The Reel Sonar eye bobber. One of these days I'm going to get one of those things just because. But anyway, that's it for Mr. Tackle Box Pro. This is October 2013 or 2015. I don't even know why I just said that. That's it in a nutshell. Continue to check us out at www.520fishing.net. And don't forget, we're giving away prizes, and it's real simple. Subscribe to this YouTube channel. Like us on Facebook, facebook.com/520fishing. You have to do both. If you don't do both, you don't win. Because I just randomly draw people. It's not a contest where everybody signs up. All I do is when we decide to give away prizes, I'm going to go through, I'm going to start with YouTube. I'm going to find somebody on YouTube. Then I'm going to go to my Facebook page. And I'm going to see if they liked me on Facebook. And if you're not on Facebook, I'm going to move on to the next person. And that's just the way it is. So don't forget to like us on Facebook as well. I think right now, we've got a few people on YouTube that haven't liked us on Facebook. Hey man, you're lost. I mean, it's free gear. Who doesn't want to get free shit? Tom wants to get free shit, don't you, Tom?
I want free shit.
I mean, you always want free shit. I want free shit. So if you don't do it, it's not my fault. And definitely sign up, Mystery Tackle Box. I mean, MrTackleBox.com. And go check them out, see what they're all about. And who knows? Maybe you guys will be getting some cool baits too. Till next time, I'm Moose. He's Tom. He just showed up. But we'll catch you here next time at 520fishing.net. Take care.